How's it going? It's NuttyChef again, and this is episode 7 on the Diamond Society server. Well, last episode we were building this netherwort farm, but I actually haven't got enough netherwort to fill it up yet. So hopefully this episode I'll be spending enough time around here to get it all grown, and then we can do a full harvest. But this episode I've got some big plans. I want to get a lot of progress done. I want to sort of get this third tier in up here. It's been a while and I just want to get the whole sort of mountain sort of landscaped out and planned out how we want it, so I can just start building everything that I want to build. So this is one of the biggest jobs. I've kind of been putting it off, and as you can see I've got a camera account now, so it's quite useful for looking at the lay of the land and planning stuff out, so it's quite handy. So basically we've got our two tiers here. We've got a road there and a road here. They're sort of like roads slash retaining walls, and I want to get a third one in on this level here where this pillar is, this cobblestone on that level there. I've sort of just started digging out a little bit, but I've got to dig out a lot more. So basically it's a bit tricky to figure out what I want to do, because if we leave it at that level, if we just cut the whole mountain off at that level, it's not going to be a very tall mountain anymore. And I want the castle on top to be really sort of high up on top of a tall mountain like it is now. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, like, there's this big bit of the mountain in the middle here. I might leave that for now, and I might cut all of this bit of the mountain off from sort of this point away to that way, all cut it down completely off to this level here, and the same on the other side. So it'll be 8 blocks up from this road, so somewhere around here. Cut all that side of the mountain off to that level too, and then just cut into the middle bit a bit, just so we can fit a bit of space between this road and the road on the next tier into the front of this big mountain. So I've got a lot of work to do, a lot of digging. So I think at the start of this episode I'll get to digging, and then hopefully next time you see me all of this will be dug out the way I want. And just up here you'll notice I've got a couple of traps set up, because I want to catch some zombie villagers. So I've just got a little trap door with doors around it, and if I come up here at night time and wait for some zombie villagers to spawn, if I'm lucky enough, and I can try and get them to walk into these traps, and then we can turn them into villagers, because I want to get the villager thing happening, because they're quite handy. And I've done it on top of the mountain because my plan is to have the villager breeder sort of in the tops part of the mountain where I'm going to build the castle. So I still want to build a castle on this part and on that part, and then a bigger castle in the middle bit, the tall bit of the mountain. So I'll get to digging and I'll come back and we'll see what it's all looking like. Well, welcome back. That might have been a second for you, but this is actually a few days later. Just been working on it over time, a little bit here and a little bit there. But as you can see, we've got it done. So I've flattened sort of that side and this side, and a bit going through the middle, so that we can fit another road sort of wrapping around across there, just like these roads. I think we'll keep it the same shape, and we'll just have it going through on that level there. But we might still have to shave like a couple of slices off the mountain here just to fit the road in, but that shouldn't be too hard. The main bulk of the work is done, and it kind of leaves us with a bit of room up on the top here on this flat bit over here, which is good. We can put some more buildings and stuff in there, and over here as well. But the problem here is it might not leave enough room, because if we make the road the same distance away from this one as this one is from that one down there, which is about 15 blocks I think, if I remember correctly, then the road's going to end up sort of here, right here. So it's going to go right through the middle of this little sticky out bit, and it's going to come across like this. So, and we're going to have to sort of make this cliff here sort of slope upwards like we have here, and also this sheer cliff over here we're going to have to cut back and make that sort of slope upwards, so we can have the houses on there on the slope. So that shouldn't be too hard there. So now all I've got to do is see if I've got enough nether bricks, and if I don't, I'll have to smelt some more up, and I can start to try and get the shape of the road in. That's a hard part there. I remember these roads took me a while to get the right shape, but we'll get there in the end. And I was thinking, like, we're probably going to have more towers on the end of the top road as well, and the last tower over here will probably end up being like right here on this little pokey bit here, and another one all the way over this side on this end of the road. Like this road's going to come out a bit further and probably come to here, and there'll be a tower there, and then the next road will probably be here, and we'll probably have a tower here or something coming out a bit further. But I was thinking I want to put a tower or two somewhere in the middle of the build, so they're not just on either side, so that there is some in the middle as well, or one or two. So I was thinking I might put a tower like right here, so that when we're looking up from down here, we get a nice tower in the middle there somewhere as well. So I'll have a think about that, and we'll see what we think. But the next step is to try and get the third tier in with the nether bricks. Well, here we are back again, and I've done it. I've got the line in the road, and the curves are getting harder and harder the bigger they are. So the first couple of curves down here on the first level were pretty easy, and then the next one was a bit harder, but especially this big curve right here, that was definitely a lot harder. It still doesn't look exactly right, but I think that's about as good as I'm gonna get it. Like, it's pretty good. It looks a little bit wonky, and then it kind of goes like straight diagonal on the very corner of it, as you can see, where it's all just diagonal 1 blocks. But I just couldn't figure out a way to not have it like that. I don't know, there's got to be a way, like how you draw circles with plots and stuff, but I just couldn't couldn't figure it out, but I think it looks good enough. I think it's pretty damn good. And it definitely helps having this camera account, because what I did is I had this camera account over on my other computer, just like about here, like where it is right now. And then as I was building down there, building the curve, I could just look over at my other screen and see like if it looked good or not, and just kept deleting and placing blocks again, and until I got it all sort of okay looking. So I think it looks okay, and I reckon like from up here, from far away, you can definitely tell it's a little bit wonky, but like when we're down here and there's all buildings around it and stuff covering it up, hopefully I don't think you'll really notice it, especially when you're walking down through the street. Like, it's gonna be okay in the end, I think. So pretty cool. And I've got the ends all worked out where I'm gonna have the towers. So I'm gonna have 2 more towers on either side, right at the ends of the road here, and on this side it's gonna come right off the edge of the cliff here, right down over this little pokey out bit, and the sides are gonna come like all the way down to like here, like right here on the very edge here. But I think that'll be fine. It'll just take a lot more red concrete to get that one finished, but that's cool. So yeah, and I still haven't put the stone brick slabs in the road yet. I've got to do that as well. But yeah, we've got all this space now. I've like this bit here was like a sheer cliff, and I've just sloped it down like we have on the layer below, so that we can put houses on it. So all of this area is ready to put houses on all through here, and this bit was a sheer cliff too, and I've just sloped that as well to make it easier for us to put houses on. So it's all ready to go. And so yeah, we've got this big open area here. I was thinking maybe we could put our villager breeder here. And at the start of the episode I did have those door traps to catch some zombie villagers, but when I flattened the area I had to obviously get rid of them because I was digging it all out. But now that it's flat, I can put them back down again. It'll be a lot easier, hopefully, if we're lucky enough, to catch a couple of zombie villagers and turn them into normal villagers. So that'll be cool. Don't know if we'll get that done this episode, but yeah, so hopefully we'll have enough room to put our villager breeder there. And then yeah, this big bit in the middle I left because I want my castle to be on top of there. So, but that's in the future as well. So I think the next step is just want to get this last level fully completed. So I think I'm going to get the stone brick slabs in, and hopefully the red concrete walls of the whole thing in as well. And then at least we've fully completed that step in the project. Alrighty guys, here we are again, back in the camera mode, and I've filled in all the red and filled in all of the stone brick slabs on the road. Looking nice and schmick, and it's really coming together now. So luckily I had tons of red concrete just left over in a chest, like stacks and stacks of it, so I didn't actually have to gather up any, so that was handy. And as you can see just here, I've made a little archway. I thought, well, it'll save on red concrete and it'll look cool at the same time, so that was a plus. And it just comes around here to the outside, so like maybe we can have like a little lookout here, and then like some paths leading up to the lookout, like going down here where these torches are and connecting down there and connecting up here to the road here, and we've got a little lookout down there. But I've also been thinking, because because I said I was going to add another 2 towers on each side where I've sort of started them here and here. But I was kind of thinking that might be a little bit overkill, because we'll have those 2 towers, then another one, and it will kind of just sort of all mesh together. Like when you look at it, especially from like this angle, like 3 towers right behind each other, and same over there. So I might skip the middle towers on both sides, so this tower and the tower over there, and just have it a tower here and on the other side of this road. So we'll skip the middle tower, and I'm thinking we might just have the middle tower as like a landing pad, like a nice clear area for when you're on your elytra and you come down, you've got a nice clear area to land here on a nice little landing pad. So we'll keep that circular shape, and we'll just make it flat and maybe add some snazzy bits on the outside or something, and keep it flat like that, just a flat circle like a landing pad, and that'll also help us to see that cool archway, because I was thinking like once I build that tower I won't be able to see that archway, and that's what got me thinking maybe we don't even need those middle towers. I reckon we'll just have 4 towers, so 2 on either side, and then I still want to put a tower in the middle somewhere. I think that'll be cool, right in the middle. And I want to probably expose some more of this wall, because as you can see we've got a little bit exposed here, that red wall, but I like how here and down here a lot of the red wall is exposed. It looks kind of cool. So I'm thinking I might dig some of that slope on this level back a bit in certain places, and just to expose that red wall. I think that will look cool. And these waterfalls, yeah, definitely want to have another waterfall here, and then have the pond here. It'll be like a sunken pond, and we can have some greenery around it and stuff like that. That'll look cool. But yeah, she's coming along. A lot of the major work has been done. It's kind of like the foundations. We've got to get the foundations down first before we go crazy. Like there's no point just building one area like this area and detailing it all up and building it all up and then building the rest of it. We may as well do it in big like stages and passes and plan it out first, you know what I mean? So do all the major work and then come back and detail that, and then like, you know, do it in stages, you know what I mean? So I think it's looking good. So the next stage, I think, like probably next episode, I don't want to get into building any houses just yet. I want to try and get all the foundations done first. So I think I'm going to bite the bullet and next episode do this big mountain here, so we can have a place at least to, and a shape of where we're going to put our major castle. So that'll be the next step. But yeah, this has been a whole episode of kind of being in camera mode, and it's just so convenient I can just go around anywhere and show you this and show you that. So we haven't even placed a block or broken a block on camera this whole episode. I've kind of done it behind the scenes and then just showed you. So, but that's okay, I guess. It's another way of doing an episode. But yeah, next episode I'll try and do a bit more not in camera mode, I guess. But yeah, there is one more thing I've got to do, which I said I would do last episode, and that was to do a full harvest of the netherwort farm, which we've got down here. And because I'm in camera mode, we can sneakily fall through the floor, and we can see that it's all grown from top to bottom, all the way down to the bottom. So I'll get into normal mode, survival mode, and we'll go down there and we'll do a full harvest, and we'll see how many nether warts we can get from the whole farm. One full harvest. So I'll be back in a sec. Alrighty, here we go. Let's see what we can get. All nicely fully grown. Actually, we don't have to go down the ladder. We can just fall down the chute here. Bam. And I have got a few in here from when I was planting the whole thing out. So what I'll do is I'll put my ender chest somewhere. We'll just put it we'll just put it there, and I'll put this stuff and these slabs I've got on me in the ender chest, so we're not confused by how many we actually get. So because I don't know how much it might fill my inventory, and I have to put some in the chest. So let's go. Now this might take a while. It does take a while for the water to get from the top all the way to the bottom, and then it takes even longer for all the nether wart to fall down in that water stream, down all the layers down to the bottom. So it's kind of a big waiting game. So I might just stand here. I won't bore you with that. I'll stand here and I'll speed it up so you don't have to sit through that. And I'll give you a rough estimate of the time that it takes. So here we go. Okay, well, that took around about 7 minutes from the time I flicked the lever to the time I flicked it again. So waiting for the water to come all the way down, waiting for the nether warts to come all the way from the top and all the way down, and then flicking the lever and waiting for all the water to disappear, actually, sorry. So from the time of flicking the lever and then flicking it back up again and waiting for all the water to disappear so you can start planting again, and go up to the next level and plant. Took about 7 minutes, so it does take quite a long time. So, you know, it's kind of, you just chill here, have a bit of a smoke, have a couple sips of your beer, and just wait for it all to come to you. But it all fit in my inventory, so let's put it in the chest and see how much we got. So we got 9, 18, 20, 19, 20, 21, 22 and a half or so stacks of nether wart. So 22 and a half stacks of nether wart. That's pretty good. Not sure how many bricks that will create, and the unfortunate thing is you need like the actual nether bricks themselves to combine with these to make the red nether brick. So you do still have to go out and mine some netherrack and smelt it down. So it's actually quite an expensive block to make, red nether brick, but I guess we'll have an expensive castle. So I won't plant this right now. Oh, and while I was down here, I was thinking of a cool game, like a cool redstone game, you know, like you could have dispensers out the back, and you could have like a big ice path that it all dispenses down onto, and all these items could just be shooting towards you, and you could have like good items and bad items, and you could like collect the good items and try and dodge the bad items, and then when it's over you could put them all in a chest and it could count it for you, and the bad items could take away from your score, and the good items would give you more of a score. That'd be a pretty cool game. But anyway, yeah, got tons of nether wart there, so it's looking good. Actually, I'd better plant this while I'm here, otherwise I'll never do it. So yeah, I think that'll be it for today, guys. Thanks again for watching. It was a bit of a, I wouldn't say boring, but you know, all the landscaping and stuff, it's not exactly the most interesting thing to watch. Or it might be, I don't know if it's your thing, but it's a necessary thing to do, and the faster we do it, then we can get into to more interesting stuff. That's why I really wanted to get a lot of progress done today, just so we can get the major, big, hard, boring kind of stuff out of the way. So yeah, so thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode.